So I seen this happen on another pod, right? Because I be consuming podcast content regularly. Um, we live in a world where there are obstacles, and obstacles may appear to be or seem to be insurmountable when you're close up to them. But when you take a step back and you take it all in and you can see the edges, sometimes there's a possibility that you can go around the obstacle, through the obstacle, or over the obstacle. But rest assured, and I'll be damned if I'm ever stopped by an obstacle. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast. How are you, Mr. Mookie?
I'm good.
Are you really though? Are you really?
Yeah.
You looking real smurfy over there, bro.
Word.
Miss Nessa, just so everyone's aware. Wait, listen. So we've already we've dialogued with one another for quite some time at this point. We just weren't recording it. How are you, Miss Nessa?
I am good.
Word. So yeah, we've already like talked to one another and the whole shebang. So yeah. Today, today's gonna be interesting, right? You okay, bro?
I'm good.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Mookie's not okay, listeners. Listen, everyone. Mookie is not okay. We know Mookie's not okay because his head is glistening right now. It was glistening. It was just let your soul go. You're not fucking with me right now, Mook. That's how you feel. Mook,
What up?
are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'll go to sleep.
It was a lot.
I just want to go to sleep.
Okay.
I mean, I'm here to participate whenever you come.
No, you know what? You know what? Wait. Hit pause. You know, you gotta do those things, right? That shit's crazy. Right? Like you okay, bro?
Bye. Go.
No, brother.
Bye.
Come
Go
back.
I'm
Don't
here.
leave me.
I'm here. Here's my thumb. My thumb is in the picture.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yo, this shirt is extra blue. Jesus.
Yeah, bro. That shit is popping out. Look, it looked like you got like a green screen type shirt on. Like that shit is super popping. Like damn.
That shit is extra blue. Jesus.
So
Maybe the light or something making it that blue, because it's not really that blue.
It's probably the light.
It's the light. It's the flash.
You're done. You're done.
I'm trying to lighten the mood. Like everything is so heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's so heavy.
It stays like that.
It's like what did Doc McFly? I mean, yeah, no. What's his name? What's Doc's name?
Marty. No.
That's Marty's name, right?
Yeah,
so
Marty.
what's Doc's name?
Brown.
Yeah, that's like when Doc Brown asked Marty, is there something wrong with gravity? Because you keep saying everything's so heavy. Like something wrong with gravity in the future.
You went way too far to make that joke. I don't like
no, I wasn't making a joke. I'm literally saying, why is everything so fucking heavy all the time?
I got what you're saying.
At any rate, listen. Right? Let's just get on with the fucking topic, right? So we're gonna discuss childhood sexual trauma in boys, right? This is not gonna be a long one because clearly it's not gonna be a long one. So particularly in underprivileged communities, you bump into instances of sexual trauma. Not always like full-blown rape or sexual assault or none of those things, but just trauma in general, right? And then, you know, people have their own ideas of how to take what in regards to childhood sexual trauma, right? So what we decided to do is we decided to have a dialogue about particularly boys, right? We're not going to cover girls, not because we're staying away from, well, we are staying away from the topic, but it's commonly covered. It's widely talked about, the traumas and the triggers and the things that are associated when it happens to little girls, and how it manifests later in life. All of those things are typically talked about. So what we're going to do is change it up. And we're going to talk about boys, primarily because we're men and Nessa. Yeah, like, you know what? And I'm going to tell you, right? So every experience isn't necessarily a horrible one. Hindsight being 2020, reflecting back, being grown now, completely understand why it's considered a trauma. However, in real time, when these things are happening to children, there are applause and high fives to go around. Like, people are excited. Like, as little boys, we don't process the information the same way because we're not told about our worth being directly connected to our fucking virginity and sexuality in the same way. Like, we're just not. Like, our virtue does not make us good or bad until we get older in our peer groups. It has very little to do with anything else. Like, little boys aren't necessarily being told you being too fast. Little boys don't get told, hey, you need to put some fucking clothes on when your auntie coming over because auntie looking at you crazy. And I used to hear some wild shit. I used to hear some wild shit growing up because, right, my uncle was my uncle. And there was some little chippies who wanted a piece of Unc. And them little chippies wanted a piece of the nephew. Because it's like they couldn't get him. So I was like, I was a fucking, hey, I was a consolation prize. That's really kind of what it was. It's like, oh, you look just like, they used to tell my mom used to be flip. She used to flip out too. Like, no, bitch, that's not what we doing. like he looked just like your brother. Excuse me? like that's literally the type of conversations motherfuckers would be having. It was crazy. Like, cause we, you know, it's like, it's weird to me still if like somebody, like if a grown man sees a child and he be like, oh, she gonna be bad when she grow up. Nigga, what is you looking at her like that for right now? That's disgusting. There's something all the way wrong with that to me. But it happens to little boys so frequently, no one ever thinks about it. Like, little boys and little girls together playing whatever, and the moms will be like, hey, that's gonna be his little girlfriend when they grow up. But bitch, why is y'all having that dialogue? These kids is 4. What is y'all doing? This is weird. The whole thing is weird. So it's like, it's so common, but in the process of it being that common, they typically attempt to protect the virtue of little girls, but not little boys. Case in point, growing up, I had this little wild ass babysitter, and she was extra wild with it because she would like to do things, and it changed my perception of sex completely. So it shifted the development of my ability to have meaningful relationships in my peer group. That is how I'm going to say that. Because when everyone else was talking about pubic hair and other bullshit, I was on some if we not fucking, we not talking. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you not fucking? What the fuck is this? This is weird. Yeah, you can't be my girlfriend if we not fucking. That's part of being my girlfriend. So, like, the peer group thing was fucking changed horribly when you consider that. And that had to do with the fact that literally, I had been having fucking sex for so long that the first time I actually ejaculated, I wanted to fight that girl because I thought she gave me the drippy dick. Like, that shit was crazy.
Goodbye, everybody.
That's how
Goodbye.
you feel.
Goodbye, everybody.
Understand? Like Mookie's overreacting. Like, so listen, we've all had these dialogues already. Like, Ness is the only person here being in school, and mommy, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yes. Like literally the only person in my life that may not know the extent of what has occurred to me may be my mother, because I did not want her to have to carry that. But today she's going to find it. Well, tomorrow when she listens, she's going to know.
All right, make sure I turn my phone off tomorrow.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
Look, when I call my mommy when I'm on the way to work, Mookie, expect that three-way.
I'm not even gonna pick up the phone now. I'm sorry.
You heard that, mommy? You heard that, mommy? Mookie said he's gonna ignore your call.
No, I'm gonna ignore D's call. You just happen to be a part of it. I'm ignoring him, not you. I can't.
Nah, like, yeah, like, so, like, and I say that, like, I say all of this shit in jest at this point, right? It never had the same type of, it never manifested in the typical negative shit that is associated with fucking sexual trauma in kids. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. These things occurred when I was a child. Like, no bullshit. This bitch standing me up on the step, she'd get on her fucking knees and she'd fucking do whatever fuck she wanted to do. And it was what it was. Shit felt good, wonderful, blah, blah, blah. Never occurred to me that this was wrong in any type of way. Like, it is what it is. This is part of the process. Moving on, keep in mind, I'm about to probably traumatize you. By the time I get to the 3rd and 4th grade, at this point, I'm ready to have full-blown intercourse. And I'm doing that.
What the fuck?
Okay, but
see, I'm like 9 years old.
But listen, now you understand why when I say it negatively impacted the development of my ability to have meaningful relationships in my peer group, because as everyone else, right, like everyone else in my peer group isn't having the same experience, or if the little girls are, it is wildly negative. So for me, it wasn't. So by the time we get into middle school and shit like that, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get it popping. Everybody else is talking about, oh, I'm got here. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not worried about that. Like, if we not finna do nothing, I don't want to dialogue with you. This is crazy. Y'all motherfuckers is comparing pubic hair. I'm trying to get some pussy. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy, which is why I so freely speak about sex now. Like, I speak about sex like I'm fucking 70 fucking years old and don't have sex no more. Like, that's how I talk about it, because that's how long I've been fucking. It's not that big of a deal. The virtue of a little boy is not protected, and their worth isn't attached to it in the same way as little girls. Like, that's just a fact. Like, as a little girls are told, you know something bad is happening to you because you have been told that you have to maintain your virtue. You've been told to protect yourself and tell who did what to who and blah, 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 blah. That's typically not the experience of little boys. That's just a fact of the matter. So, you know, and I know some dudes who experienced some shit right along, you know, with me, the whole shebang. Like, by the time we got to the stage when we was in fucking like early middle school and motherfuckers was fucking the little neighborhood hoe on the dirty mattress in the abandoned house, I'm like, yeah, I'm off that. I'm past that. Cause I fucked her when we was in elementary school. I don't want to fuck her no more. Y'all fuck her because she used to fucking now. I'm off that. I'm looking for a regular that I don't have to share and being behind y'all motherfuckers. Like, and we talking about a time when condoms was not popular. So we knew we needed to protect ourselves. So we fucking bitches with sandwich bags. We just wild little motherfuckers. Dead ass. And as you get older, and now you're at the dating age, you've been fucking for approximately 10 years. But your peer group is just starting to get sexually active. Changes the nature of the game. You cannot have any meaningful attachments to anyone at all. Zero. It is unheard of. This is no bullshit. I tell this story, and I tell this story all the time now because I finally fucking have the end result of the story. The chick from high school gives me the ultimatum about fucking other bitches. Years go by. Clearly, her ultimatum did not fucking work. Like years go by. And when I say years, I mean years. We are older. We're more than double the age now. That's how many years have gone back. Me and her have a dialogue. And she explains to me that she knew my reputation. So she watched porn so she could know what to do to fuck me. But in my mind, because everyone was fucking, I thought this was the nastiest little smut bitch on the planet. And my mind, my child mind, who has been doing all of these adult things, processed this information like, well, if I want to see you and then you not available, you must be fucking the next nigga like you fucking me. So fuck you, bitch, and I'm getting another girl. I didn't find out that Shorty was a whole virgin until years later. And I was in shock. Like, I apologize for the trauma I have made you experience. And she literally told me, she said, like, that experience with me in high school fucked her up for years in how she with men. Once again, adversely impacting my ability to have meaningful fucking relationships within the peer group. Sometimes I still don't fucking understand why the it's so fucking important and sacred. I'll say some wild shit. Like, if I meet a bitch and she say she got 2 kids and I'm trying to fuck, like, she's like, oh no, I'm saving it. Bitch, you wasn't saving it for them other 2 niggas. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, Mookie is okay. Listen, I'm not just gonna keep talking. Am I right or wrong? Listen, you don't have to listen. Am I right or wrong?
You are right.
Okay. That like, when you process the information, that's how, like, yeah, like the trauma, like, oh my God, like this motherfucker went through this as a kid and blah, blah, blah. Like, and look, I don't even know how old Shorty was, little babysitter chick. She might have been 16, 17. I don't fucking know how old she was. Like, whatever. Moving on. Then I had a regular. Like, the regular made me mad because she punched me in my eye in the 4th grade. Blacked my eye too. I was so fucking sick about that. But we were still fucking. Like, I wanted to fight her for a little while. I even got suspended behind that. But yeah, we still ended up, we was cool. And we was going at it until I was introduced to some new shit, going to different middle schools. Like, I was like, oh, I was shuffling. And never mind the whole little neighborhood hoe, because the neighborhood hoe was fucking everybody. Like, so it was normal. It was so normal because all of us were fucking. And we were all in middle school. By the time we hit middle school, everyone I knew was fucking. There wasn't no fucking virgins. None of us. Not a single one of us was a virgin by the time we hit middle school. Like, so you talk about, right, like, that was common. Like, we was clowning motherfuckers who hadn't got no pussy yet. Like, oh, you scared of pussy, bro? You crazy as hell. How you scared to fuck her? Never mind disease, never mind fucking childbirth, never mind any of that shit. We was clowning motherfuckers, period, point blank. You was not part of the fucking circle. You wasn't. What you mean you scared to fuck her? How you scared to fuck her? She's about to go take so-and-so up to the joint. She'll let you hit right after. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Flip the mattress. Dirty mattress. Right? Like, bro, it was crazy. Like, so with all that being said, like, at the end of the day, how does everyone feel about, like, dealing with, how do we change the narrative? Number one, how do we start putting actual virtue and, like, showing little boys we give a fuck enough to want to have this dialogue? Like, that's real shit. Like, because little girls are typically, oh, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Little boy is like, nah, let that motherfucker go play. And that little motherfucker playing, but he up the street in the abandoned house with the nasty little hoe. And the nasty hoe was always way older than us.
All the time.
She's always older than us. She had us by at least 4 years usually.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy when you really start to think about it. Right, because you about fucking 10, 11 years old. She's about 15, 16, 17, fucking in high school. By the time you get to high school, now you trying to shoot at the high school bitches, but ain't none of them as experienced or skilled as she was. So my relationships were suffering. Do you hear me?
Like you don't do what? You don't do
I don't give head. No, that's not what they say. Hold up. Sucking dick is nasty. Bitch, you nasty.
It gives you
the fuck out of here. Bitch, you nasty. What's wrong with you? Like, and when I talk about like just wow, man, there's this one chick, me and her, we was tight. Like she was cool. She was good people. I went to go see her, and her mom came to the door with the see-through teddy on. I ain't know the mom was on the setup mode. This is the whole constant competition. This is part of the reason I think bitches ain't shit. Like fucking her mom set it up. So I was knocking her mom down when she came home. Shit was wild as a kid, yo. Right. Like she knew, like she said she wasn't there and I could wait. But she knew she was coming. She just didn't say that part. And mom was wild with it. Like on the couch. So when you walk in the door, it's like a foyer and a hallway, and then you turn and that's the living room. Mom is boom in the living room going ape shit. She came in. Obviously, it was drama. I was like, man, I'm not trying to hear this. Not trying to deal with none of this shit. Like, all of this is corny as hell. I'm not gonna say I didn't never fuck again. I'm gonna say I didn't fuck her no more after that.
Nobody would have believed that anyway.
Yeah, that's how you feel. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
What are you?
I see what you did there.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
about?
Yeah,
like so now this like so right. So listen, listeners, this is why we always be joking and shit, like having like them crazy, like we'll say some next level sexual shit and then fucking just say some slash shit to one another, because we've all had the same experience. Like this is not atypical. This is typical for the environments we grew up in. I didn't learn that this was not the norm until I left home and started meeting squares from out in the world. You can laugh, bro, because that's the truth. You figure, like
22-year-old virgin. What?
Right, like you, bruh, like it was crazy. Like really think about that.
The fuck? 22? You ain't no pussy? It's weird. You're weird.
Like, I mean, and look, I'm thankful for the traumas. I'm not gonna sit here in front because I seen some motherfuckers make some wild decisions behind some pussy. And I'll say I probably made some bad decisions about some pussy, but not wild.
I never made no wild. Like there's a difference between wild and bad decisions. Like there is a huge gap between them two motherfuckers.
Like when you buy a stripper a Camaro that you only fucked once. That's next level. That's some next level fuckery right there. Like I was like, wow, this is crazy. It wasn't even no turn thing. Like, bruh, like I don't even want to get into the full dynamics of that, but she wasn't the first person that got fucked that we all knew. It was kind of like, oh, this is wild. And then dude was like, oh man, I'm gonna get her a car so she can get back and forth to work. But she been getting to work just fine without what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and she can come pick me up too. Don't notice how you said pick you up in a car you about to buy. Well, I never needed a license because I'm from here. Exactly.
Okay.
Wow. And we sitting there like, nah, bro, that's not how you do that. And he's like, no, I'm telling you guys, this is how I do it. Needless to say, listen, that did not end well.
It didn't.
It did not end well at all.
It didn't.
Yes.
And that's who I think you. That's
nah. Look, listen.
That's not who I'm thinking.
It's such a common story.
Okay,
that happened. That happened before I came there.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that sounds very familiar.
Yes.
Okay, that is very common.
Like everybody fucking so indiscriminately fucking one another that they fucking blaming babies on whole people that it was crazy. Mind blown. Like you fucking so much, you literally, like the dude's fucking so much, he's accepting I'm pregnant from any old bitch. And she fucking so much, she legitimately believes this is his kid, but this ain't none of his kid.
A story as old as time.
At least as old as the Bible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, it
clicked. I quit. I'm done. I'm done, man.
Look, I don't know if y'all can see it, but my mind was like, nah, you're good. You're good, you.
Nah, like just like I was like curious, like how do we deal with this? Like, and then do you really want to make a generation of I hate to say it, but like soft ass boys who's ready to make crazy mistakes?
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah,
what do you do?
Like, because I'm not necessarily a proponent of how I grew up, like per se in that regards. I would have loved to have meaningful relationships, but the outcome,
the
outcome lended itself to the shit. Yeah. So I'm like,
it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like you don't know, like you see the outcome of both scenarios. Like you really like.
And the other one, I'm not here for. I could not imagine being a fucking simp. It is so fucking hurtful and painful in my mind.
It is hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to.
Actually, sometimes it's quite fucking amusing, but like
I don't know, man. It's like it really is. It's because, like you said, like even like when you would hear women like let's say you had a son, women will walk up to like your son and be like, I can't wait to get like.
Yeah, if a dude did that, I'm putting hands on him immediately.
Like you're going to jail, pervert. You're going to jail.
You're about to die. That's what's about to happen. Like I will be damned.
It's weird, and it's weird as hell. Like that's what it's like. Women can do that shit. A man, I like. What kind of weirdo ass shit is you on?
Like so. Look, and I'm gonna tell you right because we having this dialogue right, but we're not really saying like nothing like crazy. But think about this. Even the verbiage used when the teacher fucks the student, if it's a dude fucking one of them little girls in high school, you want to talk about pedophile, front page, sex offender, registry, disgust, throw him under the bus, bury him under the jail, and his kids probably inherited that gene, so run them through the mud too.
Mm-hmm.
Let the teacher be a woman who has fucked 10 students. She is a serial predator. And they be like, she was lonely at home. She was going through a divorce and she just needed male attention. Those are kids.
It's weird.
And I'm not going to sit here and say I ain't never knocked down no teacher. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it wasn't as common back in the day as it is now because the shit is all over the news.
It has ramped up a lot.
It's all over the fucking news.
It's gotten worse. I don't know if it's because people are reporting it more or.
Well, you know what? I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're all interconnected because back in the day, your news was your news.
True.
My news was my news.
True.
Now we're so fucking connected with the 24-hour news cycle. I mean, you figure some shit happened at 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't getting on the news unless it was gruesome.
Yeah, that is true.
And then wasn't nobody getting up to catch the 5:30, 6 o'clock news. By 7, 8 o'clock, some other shit didn't happen and traffic is bad. So they talking about traffic and accidents and shit. So that shit yeah, you wasn't getting that. But now with the 24-hour news cycle, the shit's constantly being fucking reported
I mean, I
and
get
being
updates on
saved
my
on the
phone
right,
and shit.
being saved on the internet. You pull up a post and this is what the fuck you see. Before, I mean, I have to assume it was happening just as frequently. I grew up in the neighborhood with a bunch of motherfuckers. We all experienced that. It wasn't shit to us. We were shocked. Like I said, we were shocked when one of us didn't fuck shorty.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Like we're asking questions like, bro, like, are you like one of us? Like, what's up with you, bro? Like, what you mean you didn't fuck her? She fucked everybody.
Do you like girls? Wait,
right? Like this is part of being from the neighborhood. You have to have fucked her. That's weird.
That is true. God damn it. That is
yes. True. Like think about how we grew up.
That is true. God damn. That is sad. But is it? It's like, ugh. That's wild. That is true.
But like, once again, finding out how wild it is requires you to leave home.
That's true.
Because it was
a natural occurrence. Like it was.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It was so like shit. If there's a group of 9 of y'all, 8 of y'all fuck that girl. By the time y'all got to fucking 7th grade, if old boy ain't fucked her yet, he ain't part of the squad no more. Because we don't trust you, bro. We don't trust you at all.
Something ain't right.
But for whatever reason it was. Like, it is what it is. Shit, I knew motherfuckers who was outwardly and wildly effeminate who was fucking chicks because we was fucking chicks. Period. And when all was said and done, they was like, yep, I'm in the dudes. Okay, we grown now. I guess that's what you into. I'm not knocking your hustle.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know, man. But it is like the world really don't care about us.
Yeah, and like look, sometimes like I'm not gonna say her front. Sometimes I wish I looked at it as a more traumatic experience. Because when I tell people in just general conversation, they act like it's the most traumatic thing to ever fucking occur. Like, it's rough.
Because they superimpose themselves into it.
Yeah, but even with that, like, so listen. So I've talked to a great many folks about this. Listen, y'all motherfuckers, I want y'all to really think about this. I'm gonna say this one time. I'm gonna say this here. I want everybody to understand. If you think how you feel about my trauma trumps the actual trauma, you are fucking mistaken.
It's sad he gotta say that. Just want to throw that out there.
It's so common. Like, it's so common. I don't even know how to deal with that when someone says it. Like, I've literally talked to someone and like, oh my God, like, why are you crying? I can't believe you had to experience that. Bitch, what the fuck are you crying for?
What do you like?
You didn't go through it.
For real?
You
like,
just told me you lost your virginity at prom night and it was a wonderful fucking experience. What the fuck are you talking about? I can only imagine. No, you can't imagine because it was great. What are you talking about? Like, you have this idea in your head that some fucking grown woman duct taped me and did shit to me. That's not what the fuck happened. This shit was great. The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my God.
However, it admittedly fucked me up for later.
I mean, it does change how you interact with certain people and
it changed how I interact with everyone.
Yeah, like it changes how you like people do shit, and I'd be like, I don't know about you, buddy. It's weird. I mean, it does. It changes you. It does. But again, we can't sit up here and just like obviously, it doesn't affect the person. It doesn't affect us, and that's why you just got to keep it moving. Like you can't, it can't dictate your life, because once it dictates your life, then you end up
fucked up.
Yeah, like really, you end up fucked up.
Like that's real shit. Like, I mean, it is what it's so. And let me add, right? It was not a traumatic experience or something that triggered us to have this dialogue. What it was D. Ray Davis, a comedian, did an interview, in the interview, he's talking about being 11 years old and two grown ass women having a threesome with him, and why he's not okay with some shit sexually now because of what he was forced to do with these women. That's what prompted it. So it's not like me or Mook had a fucking flashback and we was like, oh my God, we need to talk about this and unpack some shit. That's not what the fuck happened. We was like, oh shit, did you see this clip? Yeah. Oh man, he lost his shit late. Like that's really what the conversation was about. So it was like, oh, let's have a dialogue about this, because you got a famous motherfucker from one part of the country. I'm from another part of the country. Moved from another part of the country. The people we've bumped into from other parts of the country have all had similar, if not identical, experiences, and none of us related directly to childhood sexual trauma. We literally talk about just losing our virginity at a very fucking young age. None of us got the stories about the priest or fucking Uncle Touchy or no shit like that. Like none of us have those fucking stories. But hindsight being 2020, we understand now that we are grown fucking adults, this shit was fucking childhood sexual trauma. And it adversely impacted how we began to move through the developmental years with our peer group. Because ultimately, that is who we were supposed to be forming meaningful relationships and physical bonds with. But we, for whatever reason, be it we were unable to, or we did and became too attached, like whatever, however those traumas manifested is how they manifested. I tell people all the time, like, look, by the time I was in high school, I was no good for no one. Like I'm not even gonna lie about it. Like I wasn't no good for no fucking body. Like if my logic was, okay, my reputation precedes me. If bitch give me some pussy, bitch, you know I'm fucking somebody else. Cause she told you I'm fucking. So you got to be okay with this. Like, what's up? We having dick sucking contests? Because other than that, why are we talking about this? Where are both of y'all coming over here for? I can only fuck one of y'all at a time. What's up? Like that's really where I was. I was there. Like this is no bullshit. Look, let me tell you how fucking crazy. So me and my man got some bitches spending the night. I'm fucking quote unquote my girl. She really wasn't my girl, but she was my frequent fuck buddy. So I'm fucking her, and he's fucking her friend. And in the process, like, so listen, when I say no respect for nothing, we're racing to see who can come the fastest. So we got both of these bitches laying down, and we're bad, but I can fucking nut faster than you. So literally no fucking respect for the women at all. Zero. It's like having a circle jerk with actual bitches there. This shit was wild as hell. Anyway, we get to the point where that part of the session is over. And when I wake up, I see the chick I was fucking on the floor with him. I assumed they fucked. So I fucked her friend.
That is a safe assumption to make.
Except for when she got up while I was fucking her friend, that is not what happened.
Well,
exactly. And my man was like, bruh, nah, I didn't fuck her. I was like, well, I don't care if you fucked her. Like, that wasn't the point. I thought we was swapping. I thought that's what we was doing.
I thought this was the natural progression of things.
Right. Like the shit was just wow. Like, that's the type of shit we was doing. Like, that was my life. That's not shouldn't be the life of a high school student, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But it is.
Isn't it? Yeah, like, right. Isn't it though?
Okay, but think about it. So we watch all these suburbia white movies, and that is not what the fuck is happening. And we know, because we've met those people, that is not what happened. They look at us like we're fucking crazy now. The moment they hear one of our stories, they be like, y'all did fucking what? You fucked how many people by when?
They do be flabbergasted by the sheer stories and numbers.
And it's like, okay, and the ease in which we speak about fucking sex so casually is also an indication of just how long we've dealt with childhood sexual trauma. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, nah, this is just a conversation. This is I'm not unpacking nothing. Like, I'm not finna sit here and fucking cry. That's weird as hell. Like, oh my God, I can't believe what happened to me. And I wish I could go back, and I'm wishing shit.
It do be weird. Like, never mind.
Listen, there's like 2 bitches I wish I'd have knocked down that I didn't.
Well, that is not how I thought that was going.
That's it. Listen, I'm not even going. There's like 2.
I only got one. And I'm still to this day am mad. I am fucking so mad.
There's 2.
I still remember that broad's name. I would never forget her name.
Oh, I remember this chick's name too. Like, except for, I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't, I'm cool on that. But no,
Yeah.
2, literally. Yeah. It was like there was 2 I wanted, and I just, didn't get around to it. It wasn't even a matter of a no. Like the fucking like mom coming home and you jumping out the window, holding your motherfucking pants, fucking hoping you don't catch your nuts on the windowsill. Mom ready to beat you the fuck up because you fucking her daughter in her bed. Like, that was common. That was the life that was like just regular shit. Like, that was literally regular shit. Man, look, listen. If I wasn't who I am right now, I would be name dropping you fucking. But I know y'all got kids. Y'all got kids and shit now. Like, y'all all respectable fucking human beings. I see y'all out here doing y'all thing on Facebook. Like, I'm proud of y'all. I'm so glad that we had the experiences that we had when we were children. It was a wonderful thing. And my heart goes out to each and every one of y'all, but y'all was wild too. Y'all was wild. So yeah, like, I mean, shit, you figure so the pod back in I want to say it was season 2 when I was explaining this shit with the sisters.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like, I would not have responded in that way if I gave a fuck about like virtue and like something other than physicality was attached to sex in my mind. Like, I know that, because for me, I was just like, okay, whatever. You accuse me of this? Bet. Let's play. Let's play. And then there was people who was like, okay, like we would have beef with a motherfucker and fuck they girls. Like, literally. Like, that was like, oh, y'all motherfuckers, y'all think y'all the shit, huh? Okay, bet. we about to knock down all y'all bitches and y'all sisters. Don't let me catch your mom at Giant Eagle, because it's cool.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
Like, that was like real shit. Like, sex was just that fucking casual because that's how we experienced it. That was the natural progression of sexual activity in the environments that we grew up in. Like, that's just, I don't have the horror story. I look back and think, like, do I have a horror story? I really don't have a horror story. Like, I just have,
because it wasn't horrible.
Well, it was common. Looking back
like,
now, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why we don't have the horror stories, is because it wasn't horrible. Like, looking back on it, it's like, that was pretty bad. That right there, I don't know about that part. That was bad.
Look, I look back sometimes and think some of the experiences that I've put other people through behind my shit. That's the part that fucks with me a little bit. Like, just listen, y'all, not enough to give a fuck. Don't think that, but I do. I sit back and I think to myself, like, I met some cool broads, and shit was what it was, because I was who I was, and I was where I was in my sexual development. Shit couldn't go where it needed to go, because I was impatient and I was intolerant, and I wasn't trying to hear no bullshit about nothing. Like, I was not trying to fucking hear it. You what? You not doing what? Are you sure you're not? Because I'm giving you the opportunity right now to do this. No pressure, but you do know Shorty up the street does this, right? And when you leave here, I'm not gonna have blue balls. I promise. I fucking promise you. I used to tell hoes be like, well, I'm not gonna give you no pussy if you come over. Oh, that's cool. I'll fuck before I come, so I'm not horny when I'm there. Like, it was really that simple. Like, so I understand that the traumas that I clearly experienced impacted my ability to maintain and build meaningful romantic fucking relationships within the peer group. Like, I get it completely.
You know what? Here's a question for you. What would have happened? What would our lives be like if we hadn't experienced that? Do you stop and think about that?
You know what? Listen, this is no bullshit. I have never
never
thought about that. But listen, that's just an indication of who I have consistently been.
True.
That I've never even considered it.
True.
However, now that you say that, I have to consider I probably would have married earlier in my life. I assume I would probably still be married because a lot of the fucking problems that I had in relationships had to do with how I was indiscriminately fucking other bitches. Because there wasn't shit you could tell me. Like, I mean, you got to figure. The woman I eventually married literally told another woman, you can't put him on pussy punishment because he's going to fuck something. She was talking to another woman. Put that into perspective. The woman I'm married to is telling another broad about my sexual proclivities. So she understood that listen, bitch, you think you're going to put him on pussy punishment, but you're wrong. And I'm his wife and I'm having this conversation with you.
You are sadly mistaken.
So put that shit into perspective.
You are sadly mistaken.
Right. There is no such animal. Pussy, but bitch, donuts have holes. You are not the only bitch out here with a hole. Don't fucking play with me. And look, they're sweet and glazed. Don't fucking play with me. And warm too. You can get a dozen of them bitches.
My God.
I'm not the one. Pussy punishment. What is that? Pussy punishment. If you don't do this, I'm not going. Okay, I'll be back.
Where you going?
Or the way my dick is set up.
My heart hurts. Oh, that shit was funny.
Like, yeah, I don't know. This shit is just weird. Like, and shit. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still, my mentality is still what that is. But my dedication to attempting to maintain decent relationships is kind of a thing. But at the end of the day, you're not putting me on pussy punishment. That's weird. That's weird as hell. Like that. I don't view sex in that way. And I understand, like, after years of study and shit, like, I understand why women view sex the way they view sex. I understand why it's so impactful and so meaningful. And I get it. I'm just not that. Like, no. Like, yes, I'm that in the moment with you and it feels great and everything is wonderful. But when you think that your attitude is like, oh, well, no, I'm mad. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with your mouth. What your dentist say? Don't fuck what your doctor said. The fuck? Like, duh.
Good night, everybody.
That's how you feel, bro. Just wave them off.
just wave off the show. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, Nessa, you've been surprisingly quiet. What is your take on the fuckery me and Mookie have experienced from childhood to adulthood?
Well, Mookie really didn't say much.
Oh, listen, Mookie has the identical experience.
That explains. Okay. No, just kidding.
The burn is real.
That explains a lot here.
Everyone thinks so I am able to articulate what it is we have experienced. That's why I'm the one usually running my fucking mouth. It's not because we have a different set of fucking experiences.
I just don't know how to differentiate. Like, he can tell a story and it's cool. I don't have that ability.
Yeah, Mookie's gonna name drop. He's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
like,
throw you under the bus.
remember little Sarah in the 4th grade used to lick my ass. Be like, and then everybody looks back at Mookie's yearbook and sees Sarah, whoever the fuck in the yearbook. Oh, that's Sarah. Yeah. So Mookie's not allowed to tell stories.
Was a thought. I remember.
Yeah, that's why
Mookie's I don't tell stories, so I don't say shit.
Yeah, because Mookie will name drop a motherfucker and be on some super personal shit. I tell stories. Notice I said all of that and never said a bitch's name.
I don't have that ability.
Yeah, it never said. And most of those stories they overlap, but they are. So
you don't never know when they happened or when, like who did what, where, when.
So, like, I'm talking about stories since before the 4th grade, all the way up until fucking whenever. Like, so at the end of the day,
yeah, you have me over here thinking now, because now I'm gonna have to ask my son and be like, "Hey, can you come over? I need to talk to you. I got some questions to ask you.
You know what?
You're a little whore.
You know what? Listen, that's real shit. But I'm okay. I'm gonna say this, and just you have to deal with it. A lot of what women do, they fail to put that emphasis on little boys, right? We don't view little boys in the same way. I will agree
to it, because I don't ever recall telling my son, and I only have one son, the rest are girls.
Yeah, like,
I don't ever recall telling him.
You protect your girls because you know what's out here. You're like, oh no, I'm in the world. I know what the women who raised me, what I've experienced, what the women I've known experienced. Like, you know all these things. No one ever talks about boys. That's why we chose to specifically stay on boys.
Yeah,
right.
So I am gonna question him, because I know that we used to live in this apartment complex, and once upon a time, the best friend of his, I think his mom was a stripper. Well, we believe she was a stripper. So now I am gonna question him about going over there a lot. Was it because of his friend, or was it because of the mom? Was he over there
because of the mom?
Titties?
It was because of the mom.
He might have been. Like, I'm not finna. I ain't finna hold nobody. I ain't finna say what your son was doing. I'm gonna say that it was an interesting time in my life growing up, to say the least. And at the end of the day, like, so I came home one time, right? My sons, I was like, yo, y'all need some rubbers. Oh, Dad, nah, fuck that. We about to go buy some fuck condoms. And we went to buy big box assorted shit. Their mom's like, why the fuck would you do that? Because they older than you when you had them. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
That's really how the conversation went.
Factual information.
I don't have time to be bullshitting, because I know what I experienced as a boy. I'm aware of exactly what I experienced, and it's not necessarily the same way I wanted them to develop or have any of those fucking experiences. Like, there was motherfuckers, like, there was homies fighting each other once upon a time about a bitch that I'm gonna go fuck after the fight. like I'm sitting here looking at these motherfuckers like damn near try to kill each other. Like, wow, y'all lumping each other up about this broad. I'm about to go fuck her on my washing machine on purpose. Like, I'm gonna purposely put her on the washing machine
just because now.
Right? Like, this shit is crazy. And this is as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, that's, once again, the pod was intended to be informative. So we are informing people,
to make anybody relive traumas, and
right? Like, so we were informing people this is a thing. You have sons. Everyone knows what to do when you have a daughter. You need to protect her with your fucking life. Like, we all get that. Everyone does that, and when they fail, everyone is miserable and everyone's uncomfortable. And Uncle Touchy sitting at the dining room table makes like, nope, just go upstairs, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Tell little girls, yeah, so-and-so's coming over, put some clothes on. Number one, if I got to tell my kid to put some clothes on because some nigga...
You ain't coming to fuck over.
Bingo.
You ain't coming to fuck to my house.
Bingo. Because if you looking at mine, like you got that kind of eye, we got some other shit to discuss. So that's never been an issue. But no one does these things for little boys.
Yep.
We are like, as little boys, we were left to our own resources in a world that is just as, if not more vicious to us than it was to women, except for women tell the story and it's always highlighted. So everybody's like, oh, baby girl went through this, baby girl went, that baby boy went through some shit too.
Exactly.
He experienced some shit that was not fucking okay. And hindsight being 2020, I know a lot of the shit that I experienced was not fucking okay. I just deal with it because I've dealt with, number one, worse. Number two, it. It was my life. I lived
once you
it.
processed it,
I'm
it's
cool.
over. Like,
right.
Yeah,
like years later, you know, when I'm having dialogue with people and, you know, the questions come up and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like really forthright, like, yo, this is what happened when I was a kid. It's like, yo, that explains so much. It does? What does it explain? What the fuck do you mean? It does explain that. Wow. So there were some insightful women who came along and was like, yo, like this is deep. And I was younger because it literally took me years to figure out that any of this shit had any type of adverse impact at all. I just thought bitches was slow and stupid and didn't want to fuck. I was like, nope. I quit.
I will.
Question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Sorry.
I have answers.
Sorry. Is that why younger guys hit on older females?
No, okay, listen. This is the reality of that type of thing. We understand that older women they about their business. They know exactly
why did you make that face?
I mean,
because I was gonna see how he was going. I didn't know how he was going.
Listen, older women are about their business. So once a woman reaches a certain age, she understands exactly what she likes sexually. She's not afraid. She's unabashedly sexual. She's cool with speaking and saying what she wants done and what she would like to do. She is not hung up on none of the little girl shit because ain't nobody got time. That's like a lot of what I was saying. I reached that part of my sexual identity at such an early age. My peer group weren't even close to that. Like not even a little bit close. Like you're bitches out here talking about like, yeah, I'll let you fuck, but I gotta keep my shirt on. Bitch, get the fuck out. Get your ass the fuck up off my.
That was super weird.
Get the fuck off my bed. Get the fuck out my house. You crazy as hell. Right. You're so uncomfortable or you've been made to feel ashamed about who you are for so long that we can't have any fucking real chemistry because you got some other shit that you dealing with. You sexually repressed, whatever, man. Nobody got time for that. So young boys, they understand that. And they still like, yo, we got the stamina and you know, shorty is about her business. She know exactly what she want. She not gonna let me get a nut off and then talk bad about me because I didn't fucking hit the spot. Old brides be like, no, listen, I need you to move to the left, right there. Yeah, that the grand emotion you're doing, stop, nigga, in and out. Stir the coffee.
Teachers.
Stir the coffee. Counterclockwise now. Because it's really not a matter of being old, right? It's not being a matter of older women. It's where you're at in your sexual experience.
Sorry to interrupt, but I text my son.
Oh Lord, he wild as hell.
Look, I said, I texted him. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Going home." And then he called me, and I thought I had you guys on mute, so I don't know if you heard that incoming call. And I said, I can't talk, whatever. And I said, I have some questions. He said, okay. I said, first question, at what age did you start having sex? And right now, what the fuck?
It's real out here.
Oh my God.
It's real out here. Like that's real shit.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like so.
21, okay, he's 21, so.
Oh, he lied to you.
No, I think I can ask.
No. Wait, he is 21 or he did at 21?
No, he's 21.
He's 21.
Okay.
So he been fucking since he was 11.
Probably.
Wait, I'm trying to get the answer right now. Hold on.
Oh, you're not gonna. He's not gonna tell you.
You're his mom. He's not telling
He's
you.
not gonna tell you. That's weird.
Shit, you should hear the stuff he be telling me, and I'm like, I don't want to know that shit.
He not listen. He not finna put the burden on you to make you understand that he been fucking since he was 11.
He's not gonna. Yeah.
He not putting that on you.
Yeah, he's gonna change the subject.
He said, why?
Exactly. Again, I guarantee.
That means it wasn't in the last 2 years.
Let it go. Let it go. That means it's been for a while now. Go ahead and let it go.
Yeah, like older women, just like sexual development, like where you're at. Like if you got to maintain your virginity until you were 18 as a woman, and then you're 28, you have 10 years of experience. So where are you at 28? Understand that 18-year-old boy is there. He's had that many sexual partners. He's had that many sexual conquests, where you've had probably half that, but you were older. So now you get to the point where you're like, okay, cool. Like I know my body. I know what I like. I appreciate this. I understand I get off by doing this. So that's why young boys, that's why dudes, not even young boys, that's why dudes in general want to fuck with women who know about their own self. Like you know, if I ask a chick like, oh, you masturbate? Oh no, bitch, you fuck out of here.
That shit's weird in itself too.
You don't know how to get yourself off. You weird as hell. How you gonna help me?
How you expect me? Right? What you expect me to do when you can't do it yourself? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Weird.
Go about your business. Ain't got time for you and your shenanigans.
Yeah, like
you
that's just,
you don't even know what turn you on. How the fuck I'm supposed to fuck out of here? No, we're good.
like, excuse me, bitch. I'm trying to play this video game.
Gotta go right now.
Those video games, man, let me just tell you, I'm trying to control myself every time I die.
Don't listen. No matter what, do not throw the controller at the television.
No, I don't. I just be punching the pillow, and I be feeling sorry for this pillow because it's like the pillow didn't do anything to me, but the damn shit on the damn game did.
Yeah, do not throw the controller at the television.
It has taken me a lot of years. Yeah, it took me a lot of years to learn to control that gamer rage. Like, cause that rage is real. It is real.
Just gently sit the controller down because they cost too much now.
And that's what I've learned. Look, when you buy
immediately. All of our TVs are too big and too fragile to be throwing fucking controllers at them.
Oh man, look, well, you gotta buy 6 or 7 controllers within the span of 6 months. You start to learn a lot of fucking self-control because them bitches is expensive as fuck.
Wait, now look, when back in the day when you had the floor model joint and you had to use the rabbit ears and fucking plug the shit in, and you throw the controller at the TV, it shit bounce right off the screen. Now you throw a controller at the TV, that shit sits in the TV.
It's stuck in there. Like,
and the cracks span out from the center of the fucking hole.
And it just everything it's like just fucking, it's like a multiverse. That shit just span out. Like,
that's what we not finna do.
Facts.
He said with condom or without?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. All right. Bye everybody. Good night. Good night, people. We're gonna go ahead and sign out. Good night, guys.
Yeah, really. Look.
Wait for an answer. Y'all don't want the answer?
No, listen, we do not want the. You want the answer.
That is on
you. Don't really want the answer because what he just said is, Mom, I've been fucking for so long. There are 2 separate phases of my fucking. I was fucking without a condom because I didn't know no better. And then once I figured out my dick could fit in condoms, I was indiscriminately knocking bitches down. That's what he just said.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't read
but I am kind of curious now with all this being said because, you know, as a female, I go get myself checked. Do guys do the same thing or they don't do that at all?
What?
Oh yeah, we'll go get checked. Hell yeah! Like, look, they've upgraded techniques. Mookie, did you know they don't have to punch your board no more?
Shut your fucking face. Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. Look,
Somebody hasn't been in a while.
Nah, they just do my blood, but I didn't know that. I know they didn't stop doing it because I was like, they.
Yeah,
used to
you
take
don't.
my
They don't
blood.
have. They don't have to do it no more. Like
Yeah,
right, like
because they used to take my blood
you-
and do that. And I
right,
was
like you could have not had anything, but you were like you thought I may have been in contact with something, and you'd have to get your bore punched, and that make you not want to ever fuck nobody.
Yeah, that shit.
At least for the next 2 days, and then I'm fucking. Like, oh, I'm safe. I'm good. Like, nah, like, so I used to be so paranoid about just about the amount of women I've been with and the amount of sex I was having. I would get checked every fucking 6 months for everything. Like the doctor was like, bro, like, you know, you get, nah, homie, you don't know how much pussy I get every 6 months.
Weren't you just in here? You goddamn right.
I fucked 3 of your nurses since the last time I was in this motherfucker. Check my shit.
Yes, we as men do get checked.
Knew how many hairs you had. Is that a new hair you got?
Nah, like, wait, what? Ain't nobody counting hairs now. That's just
not at all.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Like people when you get grown, be like, "What's your body count?" Huh? Nigga, I can't count that high. The fuck's wrong with you?
Let's just say I make Wilt Chamberlain look bad.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You understand? I've been around the world 2.5 times.
Oh my god! Like, get the fuck out of here! Like,
and that's lame as hell. Like we learned that early on. Like, nah, that's lame as fuck. I'm not counting. Shit. Ain't no count. And then you fucking, especially like if you really getting pussy, you start learning that when you running your mouth to the homies about how much pussy you getting, those hoes find out that you talking too much and they cut you off. So you just let it be what it's gonna be. Like, motherfucker, oh, you don't get no pussy. You right.
That's whatever you say.
That's why I'm about to go fuck your bitch.
What you say? A hit dog holler.
Only a hit dog holler. That's it. I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. I'm good.
I am good. I gets what I gets when I gets it.
I'm still on. I don't get shit. My virginity starts every 24 hours.
Boop. Recycles.
Boop, boop, doop, boop.
I can't with you. You're done with that shit. You're done. You're done with that. You're not bringing that shit back. I don't want to hear it ever.
We not doing the recycle virginity no more.
No, that's cool. That part
we not boop boopy doop.
No, we're not doing
that. Why
that.
can't we boop boopy doop?
No, we're not doing that.
Can we move on up?
You can do that. I'm cool with that. Yeah, but that part, no, no, we're not doing that. No, sirree.
Gals were gals and men were men. So we could use a man like her again.
Yeah. I hate you so
much.
Need
no welfare state.
Because I'm gonna have to.
Everybody pulled his way. G-R-O LaSalle ran gray. Those were the days.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you used to watch some wild shit back in the day. We were talking about that shit earlier too.
Hey, look,
wild ass shit.
I'm about to pull up YouTube and watch a couple George Jefferson's calls. He probably called some folks some hunkies a couple times.
Oh,
I already know what's gonna happen.
You said 15.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Oh,
wait. What do you think, Mom?
Look, she's distraught. Look, she's distraught with 15.
Wait.
Because it's 6 years later and she's just finding this out.
Wait. I reply with, be honest. But no, look, if it's 15, that's cool because he wasn't living with me at 15. He was already living with his dad because he went to go live with his dad at age 13.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And he says he's for real.
And that's probably why he left.
That's not because he couldn't get no pussy. Mom, you cramping my style. You in my business. I'm the lame. I'm the one that's being ostracized in the group.
I gotta go stay with Pops.
That summer that he turned 13 in February. So that summer when school was over, he asked him, that his dad came and talked to me and asked if he could go live with him. And I said, yes, that was fine because I'm in a house full of girls. and he's the only boy, and I felt it was the right thing to do is just to let him be around a man.
Good goddamn job.
To go.
Like, I can't do nothing but applaud that. Like, you've heard the conversations and the dialogues we have had with women on this motherfucking podcast. Like, good goddamn job that you recognize that the other parent could do something other than give you fucking money in a hard goddamn time. Good fucking job. I need my applause button.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Hold on.
No, it's all good, bro. It's too late.
It's too late now. The whole
We'll clap for you next. We'll clap for you next.
Look, he said he's being for real, and then he said it was with someone's friend, and I said, ew, I don't want to know who. He's trying to say it's one of my friend's daughters. Like, no, I don't want to know. I'm good.
That's you don't want to know that little broad's a hoe. Your son's virginity.
I don't want to know.
Because she's still around. That's why. She's
right.
Yeah, but no, back to my son. Yes, he's the only boy and a house full of girls, and him being the teenager, it was when his dad asked, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, yeah, that's fine. Only
Kudos to Nessa for being better than all of you. I'm not even gonna disrespect y'all right now. Kudos, Nessa.
You did a good thing.
You did a great thing.
Yeah, you did.
And I was still being the mom because in high school I did go up to the school because he did struggle in high school, but I made sure that like I met up with these counselors like maybe once every other month because I will get a notification. Oh, his grade has dropped under 75. I'm 70, I think it was. Once that 70 came into my messages, I was like, oh no, calling the school, calling the dad, calling him, and I was still there. So yeah.
Listen, you are a shining example of what needs to happen.
My thing, what I tell my kids is graduate. Just graduate. Whatever you guys decide to do after that, that's all on you guys. But I make sure with him, because my oldest daughter, I didn't struggle with her. With him, I did. With my third child, I did. But I always I was on them, like, you guys got to graduate. I was calling them, making sure. And they did. All three of them did.
You did a wonderful thing because clearly most women are not okay with doing it. And despite what everybody thinks, listen, ladies in the world, no one can stop you from being a mom except for yourself. Duh.
I wasn't even gonna go down that road with them, but it was a very stupid ass statement to make. Like, I'm not gonna give up my motherly right.
You specifically.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Right.
All right.
I'm saying women of the world, no one can stop you. If you pop out a baby, no one stops you from being a mother except for you. If you decide you want to run around and do some other shit than being a mom, then you won't be a mom. But if you don't see your child, but you are out here hustling and grinding and doing everything you need to do to make sure that when that child has questions or whatever the fuck you can answer those questions, you are still a fucking mom. When that's your concern foremost in your mind, when you wake up and when you go to bed, you are still a fucking mother. So, needless to say, take us out of here, Mookie.
All right. Y'all know what to do. This has been the No Filter Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor, and YouTube. Hit that like, share, follow, and subscribe button. Hit that bell so you can keep up to date on all the bullshit that we do from day to day. And
hit the thumbs down, too.
And hit them thumb down, too. We like that because it means